Hey guys, how's it going? This is just going to be a quick comparison video review between G1 and Generations Skids. And before I really get into the meat of this, I'm just going to talk a little bit, like I always do, about the comic Generations Skids came with. There is the cover, pretty cool artwork. And yeah, open it up. Skids is actually in this one. It's an amusing comic, a lot of fun to read, and unlike the other packing comics, the characters actually is in there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, put that off to the side. I'm sure you'll enjoy reading that comic if you get the figure. Skids, at least G1 Skids, is obviously a small car in vehicle mode. You know, he was pretty much a non-entity as far as characters went in G1. So I have no idea how much the new Skids in IDW, how close his personality is to the original G1 Skids, because I really don't know anything about the original G1 Skids. But anyway, I do enjoy the way he looks in vehicle mode. Pretty neat, compact little car. Rolls exceptionally well, has rubber tires, and just overall looks pretty cool. Nice sticker detailing, you know. Not much to say. Now, I know people have complained, obviously, because the deluxes have shrunk some, but you know what? They're still a lot bigger than what they were in G1, because G1, obviously, they were pretty darn small. So anyway, there are the two of them together, so let me move G1 Skids off to the side, and we'll talk about Generation Skids in vehicle mode some. You know, not a lot to say. He is a more sports compact car, and honestly looks fairly awesome all the way around, I have to say. I really like the way this vehicle mode looks. Very sleek, very cool looking. He rolls well, you know. Not a lot really to say. You can mount his weapons to him if you so choose. Pretty easy. He's got mounting points there on the side, so what you gotta do is plug this one here, and plug this one here, and now he can shoot you and drive at the same time. Kind of a neat little feature, not entirely, you know, it's probably not going to display him that way, but I like the way it looks. Anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for these guys' vehicle modes. I'll be back in a flash to go over robot mode. Okay guys, here I have the duo standing next to each other, and you might be wondering to yourself, why is Generation Skids leaning over like he's drunk? Well, I'll get to that in just a minute. But first, before I talk about Generation Skids, I'd like to shine the spotlight back on G1 Skids, and I'm just going to lay Generation Skids down. G1 Skids, obviously, you know, like most G1 figures, has fairly limited articulation. But before I get into that, let me just go ahead and give you a quick 360 of G1 Skids. And he looks pretty good from all angles. He's a nice looking toy. As far as his articulation goes, due to his transformation, his head can look up, and his arms move around on shoulder joints wacky ways, and he has wrist rotation, and that is it, because he is a G1 figure. Anyway, you can also, he comes with weapons, obviously, and they basically peg onto his arms. So there's that one. Nice chromed out, looks actually pretty nice. And he also comes with this missile. Well, actually this is the reissue, so maybe they removed the springs, but that would probably be a missile launcher on the original G1 toy. Let's go ahead and peg this one onto him. Actually, you know what, never mind. But the point is, he came with like 3 or 4 weapons. I got the other ones in a box somewhere. He came with a lot of weapons, and I think they wanted to continue that onto the Generations toy, which I will now go over with you guys. The reason I had him leaning over before is this figure suffers from a problem a lot of Transformers seem to suffer from. Misproportioned feet. He's got big old feet in the front, but in the back, his heels are small, and he's back heavy, so that means he likes to go backwards. But anyway, enough about that. Let me talk about the figure itself. He looks pretty good from all angles. The back, he's a little busy because he's got a bit of a backpack, but it's not terrible. You can, of course, adjust his doors if you like. They don't have to stay down. You can sweep them out. And I think his doors look a bit better out than folded in. He's got a good amount of articulation, as you would expect. The feet, for some, I guess, due to the transformation, are on ball joints, so all sorts of direction for the feet. Bends there at the knee. Rotates the top of the thigh. Leg, all directions. Forward, back, in, out. Now, one note, I have a Skids from the second production run, and I know in the first production run that there were issues with his hips or whatever. Mine does not have that problem. So if you get one that's from the second production run, you're probably not going to run into that problem. Anyway, continuing on, he does not have waist rotation. He does have his shoulders move a bunch of different directions, bends and rotates at the elbow. Unfortunately, no bicep swivel, and his head is on a ball joint. Let me go ahead and zoom in on his head because I really like this guy's head sculpt. That's a cool looking transformer right there. I really dig that and think that looks really good. Now, the way you see Skids now is basically, he's not all armored up. But what I really like about this guy is built-in weapons. Because as you can see, oh, look at that. We got guns on his arms that can pop out. Right, we've got, bear with me here, guys. Now, of course, it won't want to pop while I'm doing the review, because that's how these always go. Come on. Let's pop out. Well, what's hilarious is when, you're not recording and you're trying to transform it, the darn things just want to pop out. But when you actually want them to, they do not want to cooperate. Of course. That's the way it goes. Anyway, let me just get his other weapons deployed first before I kill this guy here. There we go. Shoulder pods in the missile. Missile pods in the shoulder. Pretty nifty. And if I can just get these two guns back out, I'll be happy. I'm just going to pause right here, guys, and get these guns out. Just bear with me here. Okay, guys, now back to the review. I actually figured out what the issue was. There's this little release down here that holds the guns in place. So there you go. Anyway, I like to show the toys, warts and all that way. You guys will pretty much know what you're going to encounter when you get these guys. I know it makes for some moments in these reviews, but I think that kind of adds to the charm a little bit. Hope you guys like them. Anyway, here is Skids with... Come on, baby. Show off all your nice little weaponos there. And hopefully you can stand. Stand! Stand, I say! Or maybe not. Ah, cool. He is standing. There he is, all weaponed out. And I think that looks pretty flippin' awesome, with the shoulder mounted missile pods, the dual guns up there, the guns on his arms. I think that is really cool. And of course, he comes with these two guns. You can hold them in a hand individually, or if you so choose, they combine into one big rifle. So you can have a big old giant. Oops. He can have a big old giant gun of doom, and I think that looks pretty cool. Now, his standing problems. I mean, if you pose his legs some and don't have him kind of in a straight stance, He can stand better. Obviously, he stands a lot better. Ball jointed feet. Yeah, that was a brilliant move, Hasbro. Anyway, he does stand a lot better than straight up if you actually, pose his legs some. All that fun jazz. He can stand okay. I mean, it takes some finagling to get him to stand, and honestly, that is kind of a pain in the butt, in my opinion. If you get a figure that has a hard time freaking standing, it's like, ugh. At some points against a figure. Overall, though, I do like this figure. It's not perfect. It definitely has flaws, as you can see. But if you can find them for a good price, I think he's worth picking up. If you like the way the character looks and all that, which I do. I do enjoy the look of this very much, which is primarily the reason I pick it up. I just thought this is one cool-looking toy, and it is. As a toy, it has its drawbacks, but, whatever. Anyway, there he is next to his G1 compatriot, and that is pretty much going to wrap this entire wonderful little cornucopia of a review up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.